Hi peeps, I'm Ariel Grace, and today we're going to be talking about Pegasus. We are. Pegasus is a winged horse connected to the Greek Pantheon. And there are other winged horses as well. So we'll talk, I'm just going to name some of those right now because as we visit each pantheon, we'll be talking about all the different beasties. I find this it's very interesting to me. So Pegasus was Greek. Devadatta was a Hindu winged horse bestowed by the god Shiva. Al-Barak is the horse that flew the Archangel Gabriel to Muhammad so that he could write his writings. Tianma and Al-Cholima are Chinese winged horses. Hazum is an Islamic winged horse. Tulpar is a Turkish winged horse. And Aragorn is a Norse winged horse. Okay, so there's all these great winged horses, right? So I'm going to be doing more videos about the other winged horses because when Theo and I started creating the ancient history shows and talking about ancient civilizations and how they were created and their different pantheons, we started with the hypothesis that the planet was seeded, right? So it was seeded by the Anunnaki or extraterrestrials, and they came to this planet for the resources that our planet had. However, they needed help, getting those resources, right? And so they created different beings to help them. And on their way to creating the perfect being to help them, they created all these other creatures. And that's why we have stories of like Pegasus, right? Okay, so we also have these awesome stories from the extraterrestrials or the Anunnaki of these places called Eden. And in every culture, there is a place called Eden or something like that. It's this special place that is beautiful and it has everything you could want and desire. So we'll be talking more about those later, but that's kind of our hypothesis for these creatures and the different pantheons around the world is that they're actually ETs or the Anunnaki, whichever you prefer. And I will call them both. Okay? All right. So the Anunnaki created Pegasus. That's the story. However, the Greeks have their own story of how Pegasus was created. And because, each people created their own beliefs and ways of being and how they believed in their pantheon and what they did for it. And we're going to find some different things about the pantheons and some real similarities, which is very interesting. So Pegasus was created. He was created through Medusa and Poseidon. This is a story. And remember, so Poseidon would be an extraterrestrial or an Anunnaki, and so he fell in love with a very beautiful, exceptional woman. All right, Medusa. And she was very beautiful. I believe that she was a priestess, and so she wanted to remain pure. So when Poseidon started to pursue Medusa, she ran into the temple of Athena, hoping to be protected from him because there in the temple he raped her. And so Athena, not being able to punish her brother, she punished Medusa. And so for defiling her temple. So she punished Medusa by turning her into a snake-headed monster, and everything that she would see or look at would turn to stone. That's a horrible curse, right? So Medusa, of course, went into hiding. She didn't want to be around anyone. And her name became the Gorgon. So that is another mythical creature. We do two mythical creatures in one show. All right. So anyway, when Perseus went to go find the Gorgon, Medusa, and cut her head off, as he cut her head off, her blood dripped out into the ocean. And when it reached the ocean and it hit the ocean, the blood and the water, because Pegasus is Poseidon's son, mixed. And Pegasus sprung from the ocean. Also, his brother Chrysaor also came from the ocean. So, but Pegasus didn't hang around. He didn't. He decided that he was going to have some adventures of his own, and he did. He had some great adventures. I believe he helped Perseus get off of the island. And then he helped another hero, Bellerophon. He helped him against the Chimera. And we'll talk about the Chimera some more. But the Chimera basically was this mix of different animals, and it could breathe fire. And so Bellerophon wanted to be the hero, and he wanted to slay the Chimera because it was like destroying cities and destroying people, and so he wanted to be known as that specific hero. So he went over. He and Pegasus flew over the Chimera, and he tried different things before he actually killed the Chimera. And Pegasus, being an intelligent being, let Bellerophon know that we needed to fly up. They needed to fly up above and shoot the Chimera in the head. And so that's what they did. They created that strategy, and they were able to take out the Chimera. And so Bellerophon thought he was it. He was a man. And so he decided he needed a place in Mountain Olympus because of his heroic thing. And he told Pegasus to fly him up to Mount Olympus. On the way up, though, he got knocked off of Pegasus and fell to his death. There's a lesson to be learned in that. But Pegasus continued to fly up to Mount Olympus, and he and Zeus created a great bond. He was a great favorite of Zeus, and he did help other heroes, and he also helped Zeus through carrying his lightning bolts. And so he was in charge. You know, he kept the lightning bolts safe, and he carried them for Zeus. So eventually, when Pegasus grew too old to fly, Zeus honored him by throwing him up into the sky and creating the constellation Pegasus. So that's the story, very short story about Pegasus. And I hope that, this interests you enough that you'll watch the rest of my beastie stories and also join us for watching the Greek Pantheon shows, because the research on it has been great. It's been really fun, and I promise to share my references after the show. Okay? All right. Well, I'll see you on Sunday night. Have a wonderful day. Keep your heart open and align with the energy of love. Bye.